Imagine yourself sitting by a quiet riverbank, the gentle flow of water mirroring the rhythm of your thoughts. The sun is setting, casting a golden hue over the horizon. Imagine the carefree flow of that paper boat that we used to make is flowing effortlessly, just flowing away in the moment. In this moment of stillness, let us journey together into the heart of one of the most profound, enlightening scripture ever written, the Bhagavad Gita. The Gita, a 700-verse scripture nestled within the Mahabharata, is a dialogue on the battlefield between Lord Krishna and the reluctant warrior Prince Arjuna. It dates back to the 2nd or 1st century BCE, well over 5,000 years ago. Yet its wisdom feels as fresh and relevant as the morning dew. Today, we'll explore how its essence transcends time, connecting with the philosophies of great thinkers across centuries and offering solace in our modern lives. Bhagavad Gita is not a religion, it is a way of life, and this is very important to sink in with, so that we can accept it wholeheartedly without any bias or prejudice. To make things more meaningful and relatable, let's sink in that Lord Krishna represents the supreme consciousness, Paramatma, or the divine wisdom within each of us, and the warrior Arjuna represents the individual soul, Jivatma, and the human mind in a state of confusion, doubt, and moral dilemma. At its core, the Bhagavad Gita is a guide to living a life of purpose, balance, and inner peace. It teaches us to act selflessly, to rise above our doubts, and to embrace our duties with devotion. Krishna's words to Arjuna are not just for a warrior on a battlefield. They are for every one of us, standing on the battlefield of life, surrounded by confusion, doubt, and moral dilemma. One of the central teachings of the Gita is the concept of nishkama karma, action without attachment to the results. This idea also echoes in the works of the Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece and Rome, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. They too emphasized the importance of focusing on our actions rather than being consumed by the outcomes. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." To me, this sounds like Krishna's advice to Arjuna. Or to put on other words, the message of supreme consciousness, Paramatma, or the divine wisdom within us to the individual soul, Jivatma, and the human mind in a state of confusion, doubt, and moral dilemma. Centuries later, the German philosopher Immanuel Kant spoke of the categorical imperative, a moral duty to act according to principles that could be universalized, which simply means that an action is only morally acceptable if it can be applied to everyone without contradiction. This mirrors the Gita's emphasis on dharma, or righteous duty. Both teachings remind us that true fulfillment comes from aligning our actions with higher principles, rather than being driven by fleeting desires. Even in the East, the Chinese philosopher Confucius emphasized the importance of duty, harmony, and self-cultivation, where self-cultivation is the process of developing oneself morally and intellectually. His teachings, like the Gita's, encourage us to look inward and refine our character, even as we navigate the complexities of the external world. The universal message is to be virtuous and upright, and to develop a strong sense of responsibility towards others. Now, let's bring this wisdom into our modern lives, complex and dynamic, always in a flux. This relates to our personal and professional life, our well-being in a holistic kaleidoscope. The Gita whispers to us, perform your duty, but do not let the fruits of your action dictate your peace. It's a reminder to focus on the present moment, to give your best without being consumed by anxiety about the future. Or perhaps you're facing a moral dilemma, torn between different interplay of emotions, people, personalities, situations, scenarios, and combinations. The Gita, like a wise friend, urges you to stand firm in your values and listen to the silence, the divine. It tells you that true strength lies not in physical power, but in the courage to uphold your principles, at moments of self-doubt when self-worth and life purpose it at question. The Gita reassures us that we are not our body nor our mind. We are the eternal soul, limitless and divine. This teaching, reminiscent of the existentialist philosophy of Soren Kierkegaard, reminds us that our essence transcends the material world. As the river continues to flow, let us carry the Gita's wisdom in our hearts. Its teachings are not confined to ancient scriptures or philosophical debates. They are alive, breathing, and deeply relevant to our everyday lives. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, the Gita offers a sanctuary of calm. It teaches us to find balance amidst the storms, to act with compassion, and to connect with the divine within ourselves and others. So the next time you feel lost or overwhelmed, remember the words of Krishna. Yoga is the journey of the self. Through the self to the self. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and as a signing off gift, I will leave you with the core message to linger on with you and to remember that the dialogue in the Gita is a mirror reflecting our own struggles and aspirations. It teaches us that life's battles are not just external, but internal, and that true victory lies in overcoming our inner conflicts with wisdom, courage, and faith. As you navigate your own battlefield, remember the essence of the Gita. You are not alone. The divine is always with you, ready to illuminate your path. All you need to do is ask, listen, and trust it.